I am the founder and owner of Team Home Hero DXP, and I'm trying to cut out some time by just explaining some things and showing you some things so that when we talk, it's a more productive, worthwhile conversation instead of me just talking and showing you all these things I can show you right now in the video. So I'm just going to share my screen and show you everything and kind of talk and walk you through it. I got a few slides that also just show you our back-end systems to give you a better idea. So first thing is, I'm born and raised in Wichita. Here's my current team. Alicia and Rico are my showing partners. Jared's a full-time agent. Steve's a full-time agent. Lindsay is a licensed agent, and she does all of our paperwork, and she's what you call a transaction coordinator. She's also an admin for us, with us, and then Enrique is also a full-time agent. So at the time of this recording, that's my current team. And then who's not pictured here is Ryan, he's not licensed, but he's the general manager of everything at the time of this recording, whenever you see this, to help explain everything. To give you an idea of like our brand philosophy and what we are about, we have an unofficial slogan called Avoid the Nightmare, Get with the Good Guys, because the biggest thing that people are scared of in real estate is realtors themselves, and realtors screwing people over and pushing them around, which is what I got my license for, is because I was dissatisfied with the service I was getting as a realtor or as a client from my realtor. I came from the construction industry 10 years ago, got my license 6.5, 7 years ago, somewhere in there. I came from the flipping side of things. So I flipped houses, wholesale houses, and that's how I got into the industry. And the first year in business, I think I sold 6 houses. 2 of those were actually retail deals. 4 of those were my flip houses. And that's kind of how I got started in the industry. And when I got started, I was just selling my flip houses. And I did my first deal with my cousin, and I kind of did the math on it and realized I made $3,600 for 6 hours of work. And I was like, that's a really good dollar per hour, $300 per hour. And I kind of did the math. I was like, if I just get really good at this, this could actually be a really worthwhile career and income if you can just keep repeating this process. And so I started to seek out how to do that better, because I could see that a lot of what realtors were doing was lacking service-wise. And so I tried to do it myself, couldn't quite figure it out. Went and joined a team. Hands down, the best thing I did for my career was to join a team, and that's where I really start to take off and learn a lot of sales skills, lead skills, marketing skills, phone skills, and really get down the path I needed to in order to have the opportunity and the chance to actually make it in this industry. So hands down, I will tell you that is my best decision, to join that team and get started in real estate with everything. So became the top producer on that team, learned to market, learned to sell, eventually went my own separate ways from that team because the team leader and I didn't quite see eye to eye. And I had a lot of different marketing methods that I was doing that he wasn't entirely willing to support me and back me on. And I was generating enough of my own business personally through my SOI, my own methods. I didn't really need the team anymore. So branched out on my own, started a partnership, ran with that, and then kind of a lot of pain and struggle of figuring things out the hard way within there. But in 2020, I sold 64 houses myself with just me and a TC and leads and marketing. And so I got really, really good at this myself. Last year we did 94, and this year I think we're up to 80 so far, and it's June. So we are progressing on everything. My biggest issue right now is I have really good marketing, really good service department. I'm needing the sales agents to fit in for all these opportunities, kind of run the same game plan, do the same things we're doing. So behind all that, though, is our core values and principles that this was built on. I'm a very straightforward person. I'm reliable, and I support you through one of the most difficult times in your life, because buying and selling a house is one of the most stressful, difficult times in your life. And the concept is to go be there for people. That's why we named it Team Home Hero. I know it sounds kind of hokey, cheesy, but that's the core philosophy and beliefs behind it all. And the core values and principles that we run every decision, every behavior behind is this straightforward? Like, no bullshit. Is this real? Is this legit? The facts, data, not drama, not emotions, straightforward and just direct. Is it reliable? Are you consistent? Are you there for people nights, weekends, during the day, communicating? Are you there for people? And that goes into our support side too. Are you not just helping people logically go through a transaction and process an order? Are you there for their emotions, their feelings? Do you care about them? And, that's the core values and principles that everything we do is ran behind. So let me get into the next part, which is, again, like I said, this whole thing is ran on marketing. Why join a team as opposed to being a single agent or joining a lot of other places? The thing that I know and do very well is digital marketing, but not just digital marketing. How does that lead to the service? The digital marketing leads to a sale that ends up into a closing that will ultimately lead to a big business. So in all reality, I'm a pretty new agent still at 6.5, 7 years into the business, but it's not how many years you've been in the business, it's how many deals you've done. And how many deals old are you is what we call it. To give you some reference, I'm 300 deals old in my 7-year career. You can break that down per year and get to know it all, but that's where I have a lot of experience and track record from doing this in today's day and age, because I literally just recently built my business. So I'm one of the most recent success stories, if you will, for real estate, but I also coach and collaborate with teams and agents all across the nation for everything, but it's ran on marketing and advertising. A real business is ran on marketing and advertising, not the old school model, which is go hustle all your friends and family and be that annoying realtor. That's a piece of it, but only about 20% of it. 60% of our business is marketing, online leads, and that whole process. 20% is like open houses, and then the other 20% is your friends and family, networking, community events, things like that. So that's what it's all ran off of, is marketing. Any good business is ran off of marketing and advertising, and that costs a lot of money, a lot of effort, a lot of organization, a lot of time, which is what I have built and I have running. And so one of the biggest advantages of joining Team Home Hero is you get to participate in all that marketing, advertising leads that already have generated and have available that you wouldn't get elsewhere. But from there, you got to know what to do with it. So it starts with marketing, goes to community exposure, website ads. I'm going to get into all that. Leads and referrals, handoffs, business that I give to you to service and close. We track our appointments and follow-ups very well. And then the expectations I have of the agent's work, what they're doing, what they know. But then we also have a back-end operations side of things with Lindsay, who's the TC, Ryan's the operation manager. And we have some more that we'll be working in there. Joey's our marketing, media and marketing guy. But then this is probably the big secret sauce, if you will. All the marketing stuff's sexy. All the agent stuff's cool, but this is really the big glue that makes this whole thing work. Accountability. For me as the leader, am I doing my job to provide you marketing, coaching, opportunities, putting you in the best position to win? And the other side of this, are you doing what you need to do? Are you making the calls? Are you having the combos? Are you putting the deals together? Are you getting agencies? Are you getting closings? So it's a partnership where we work together to hold both of each other accountable. I'm going to do what I need to do on my end to put you in positions to win. You need to do what you need to do on your end to get deals put together, get agencies, people to work with you. And I understand a lot of that. You're going to need feedback and coaching that comes with this. This isn't like being a boss and just yelling at you and telling you you're stupid and making you feel bad. This is giving you the feedback and seeing things just as they are. Not worse than they are, not better than they are, just as they are. So that we can say, here's everything you did well, here's what we can improve on. And we do a thing called the sandwich method, where we talk about what you did right first, then what you can improve on, then end it with what you're doing well. Because typically you're probably doing more things right than you're doing wrong, but you're probably not entirely feeling that way on everything. And then coaching, this isn't just business coaching. I'm a certified life coach, taking a lot of business coaching classes. I kind of joke and tell people I've got my alternative degree in marketing, or master's in marketing and sales and psychology, because I've spent about $58,000 in counting on coaching, conferences, sales courses, you name it. Like, I'm a big knowledge junkie, and I pass that all on to you guys to also use within your business. But that's the gist of the foundation of what this business is built on. Before I get into your agent schedule and expectations, let me show you some of those ads so you get a better example of where they're coming from and how they work. So this is our website, wichitahomehero.com. You can go check it out, scroll around on there. But this will give you the best idea. If you go to Google and you type in Wichita homes for sale, I always get kind of nervous to see if it's going to work, because it didn't entirely work. we didn't show up there because we're not paying enough money. The whole idea is we want to be an ad like this, and we want to be first. Let me try it again. It might be because it was sitting there for too long. Great example when you record this and it doesn't work like it's supposed to. Wichita homes for sale. Type that into Bing. There's our listing. So this is an example of listings updated 3 minutes ago. We know people click on the very first thing they see. They click on these, and when they come through here, they see all the Wichita houses. They start looking at houses. Let's say they like this one. They click on it, and they have to sign up. And so this is what's called the forced registration. And there's a reason for this. Before you get all bent out of shape about all this, we know that about 2,000 people will click on this ad, come through. About 200 of them will sign up, put in their full name, number, email, all that stuff. Only about 20 of those actually need our help. I'm not concerned about the 1980 that don't need our help. I'm concerned about the 20 who do need our help, do want our help, and they're sitting there going like, why is nobody calling me? I need help. Where's a realtor at? Like, because when people really need you, they need you. And they expect you to call them and be with them and be there for them when they need a lot of help. Maybe they're a relocation person moving into town. There's also a lot of people who sign up on here just because they want houses. And we know that's the main thing. You want to look at houses. We understand like you just started looking and you're probably 3 to 12 months out. But I've been doing this for 4.5, coming up on 5 years, generating these leads with a rolling database of over 16,000 leads in the system. And I can dial that up and down based on how many leads I get. But that's essentially how we're generating them. That's one way I should say we're generating them. So I'm constantly studying, like this is our web or Google Analytics. And you can see like there's 3 people on the website right now. Each day I can see how many are in there, like 485 were in there on Friday, 495 Thursday. We have a steady stream of people on our website checking out houses. And I know where it comes from, how much traffic we get, and basically we're being Zillow, but better than Zillow. We're beating Zillow at their own game on everything. We also generate a good amount of business from YouTube on local Wichita things, and we're building out that channel. We are also on Google My Business, where people come straight to us from our reviews and just our profiles and SEO work that we do. Also a realtor near me. Let's see if we'll show up on this. Some of these ads have running rotations where we show up on here and we get direct call-ins. And that's kind of what you're seeing here, some of these direct call-ins for everything. And then Facebook is another place that we measure our website exposure. We can see how many people reach, post engagement, page likes, that kind of thing. But big on marketing, big on advertising, that kind of thing. But then if you get into Chime, this is our back end. So like we've had 17 new leads today. I'm recording this on a Saturday. This month so far, I can show you how many leads we've got. We've had 512 leads so far this month, and it is the 18th of the month to give you an idea. Last month, we got how many leads? Give me one sec. 724 leads. And so here's something too. So of those 724 leads, we called 1650 of them. So that means we really don't hound the heck out of our leads. When you have that many come in, do the math, it's really only like 2 to 3 calls per lead. Because a lot of this is done through text, through video, through email that sets up the phone call. Phone calls is still the route that it ends up to, and you need to know how to have that combo and how to have the skills as an agent to do that. But that's how we're measuring this whole thing like a business. The other thing we're looking at is email open rates, where we'll send out 7,000, 69% get opened, replied to. There's people that bounce, unsubscribe. You know, you just got to run the numbers of this business. And the main thing we send people, houses. Because what do people want to look at? Houses primarily. They don't really want us. They don't want to talk to us. They do eventually, but it starts at houses and then they want us. And the big thing we look at is emails and homes we're sending to people. And we kind of just study their activity so we can see who is the most likely that is wanting to do something when it comes to real estate. So we're not just blindly bugging people or blindly targeting people. Like we're going after people who are showing us with their online behavior that they're most likely to want to do something when it comes to real estate. So this kind of gives you like a dashboard. These 40 people are back to the website. There's 19 tasks you need to accomplish. And then here's all 16,000 leads we have. New leads that need to be processed, 12 leads that have responded to some form of text message marketing, email response, something that we need to get to. 77 we're still getting ready to get a hold of. 149 of these are in our hot pipeline that will do some business within now and the next 2 months, and that we need to just work on helping service them to make a sale. So that's Chime, where a lot of this stuff's coming from Google and Bing. We're also on realtor.com. There's not a ton of those. I think we get like 12 to 20 of those. Like we've had, let's see how many leads we've had so far on this. I'll just go on the summary, but we are on realtor.com. So we do get some of those. Realtor.com, just direct call in connections on that. And a lot of this isn't just the leads though. It's what you do with the leads. So yeah, we've had 10 so far this month and it's the 18th. So nothing crazy, but it is business coming straight in. We also have FSBO and expired data if you want to be working that for sellers. And we also have ZBuyer, which is another one of our just lead purchase platforms that we get buyers from, but most importantly, sellers. Sellers that are looking for cash offers, downsizing. They're kind of what we call white label leads. This is quote unquote shared with us and 2 other realtors in town. And it's really just a conversion game. You got to go win these people over to do business with you. But that's where the business is coming from, and then Google local services coming straight in. So you kind of see where our main beast is. This guy right here is Chime, which is, getting all these leads, basically running our own website, being our own Zillow, essentially. And again, this is 60% of your business with online leads. But this at least shows you where a lot of the business is coming from. When I was going on this marketing thing, where the leads come from, referrals, community exposure, website ads, all those kind of things. Then from there, we're going to go track your appointments. So these are all of our appointments so far. So like, let me go to last month to May. So like May, to give you an example, we set 84 appointments. We held 56. It's about a 67% closing ratio. We put 17 under contract. It's about a 30% closing ratio. I'd like to see this closer to 50, but it is what it is. And we still got agents in development and people are still learning how to get really good at this. Because it's not about like how many more people can I go talk to, how many people can I go work with. It's how well can you service who's in front of you. Because time is going to be your battle. You only have so much time you can apply on certain people, and you can't just go find more people, because the time you're spending isn't getting the result, and we get paid for results. We get paid on commission only. You need to be getting the result for the time that you're spending on that. So that's where appointments and follow-up come in, and then each individual agent tracks their own pipeline. Like this is Rico Mann's, to give you an idea. On his, where he's got a record of everybody he's met with, where he met them, what their situation is, where they came from, what type they are, and that kind of thing. So this is where like I'll help coach you, develop your pipeline, work through all this. I train you all the same things I did to build my business. You'll get the same coaching on how to do it as well on everything. And this is where the long-term value of working with us on the team comes from. So it starts with marketing and then leads and then appointments. And then what are you doing as an agent to get these scheduled and closed, which is the next part I need to get into, which is what's expected of the agent. I guess I should move this one over here. So let me blow this up, make it bigger. So this is what we call our Cadence Accountability. We got this thing broken down to a science. When you run a business by the numbers, not based on emotions and feelings, it'll tell me how much money do you want to make. And so from there, we'll reverse engineer this and say to make X amount of money, you need to sign X amount of agencies in a year and in a month. And then to get X amount of agencies signed, you need to hold X amount of appointments. To hold X amount of appointments, you need to set this many. To set that many, you need to have this many combos. In order to do that, here's the plan we're going to commit to get there. And so this is real briefly as an overview, the minimum expectations we set for people. 30 hours a week in the office with appointments and open houses mixed in there too. In all reality, it comes out to like 45 to 55 hours a week, full transparency. Whether you're a new agent or an existing agent with us, you really don't have to put any more effort than that, but also no less than that, because where you do this full time with people, and even if you come in part time, we work you into it. The idea is for you to get going in there specifically. But we have a hard requirement of 50 calls per day, 8 combos per day. Because if we're going to be feeding you leads, giving you a database, you got to work it. And I'm requiring those actions to be done within here, because it's not a requirement to commit to that, but it's not a requirement to get the success and the results either. So we have a mutually understood situation that I'm going to commit to giving you marketing leads, chances, opportunities. You need to commit a certain level of time and actions in place with this and get good at it, build the skills that go with that. So there's some certain level of commitments that we have, because I'm going to be committing. I put a lot more into each of my agent, but I expect a lot out of each of my agent, and that's why they're being successful. And, some of them can't hang with that, but it's honestly, it's not me, it's the industry. Because if you can't do that, you're not going to make it in real estate, because you are starting a business, and this is something that is hard. It's not for everybody, but it's very worthwhile, very rewarding, and you can make a lot of money, but it is a lot of hard work. This isn't a bunch of easy, lazy money where you just get your license and make all this money. So I want to make that clear from the start. But it is very fulfilling, rewarding, and it is an awesome career. And you can live a good lifestyle once you get good at it, but you have to get good at it. So that's the minimum agent expectations to give you an idea. And then this will give you an idea like what a schedule looks like for being an agent on our team. Like, what am I going to be doing? Your first 2 weeks, you're going to do what we call shadowing and simulating. So you're going to shadow and watch what we do, but then basic simulations from 1 to 3, meaning like you're going to watch videos, you're going to watch us do it, and then you're going to practice it. We're not just going to throw you out to the wolves to wing it on your clients or leads or potential people. You're going to role play and practice with us so that we can see that you know how to do this, and vice versa. Like, it helps us get better at it too. By coaching other people, making them better. So it's a true training and development environment, not just like, hey, watch some videos, listen to me talk, and then that's it, you're good. I'm going to make sure you can do this. And you need to know you can do it before you go out there. That's what gives you the confidence to deliver and actually perform, is you've actually played the game. You've demonstrated that you can do this. And when you go into those situations, you're like, I got this because I've already done it. Even though I've done it in a mock situation, I have experience with doing these things because I'm familiar, instead of just like winging it when you get out there, which is most realtors' plans. So by the second 2 weeks, like, we're going to be getting you out there in the field and working, at least by then, if not faster, but at least by then. But we have a basic training checklist that I'll go over, and I'll kind of give you an idea of this. Ooh, shape, there we go. To give you a better idea of what all I'm talking about here. This is everything when I talk about for your first 2 weeks schedule to follow. You got to get your Gmail, phone, social profile set up. You got to get your schedule, time blocking set up. Get your first CAC and Canva set up. Get your appointment pipeline set up. Get Chime set up, which is our CRM. Now you got to study how to have buyer convos, calls and text internet leads, video text internet leads, open house buyer convos, SOI buyer convos, networking buyer convos, how to set up a property alert, how to trigger a smart plan, how to set up follow tasks, your pre-appointment process, a buyer game plan or buyer consult. We call them game plans because the buyer's usually more comfortable with that. How to do one in the office, how to do one at a showing, how to pull comps, how to write an offer, how to negotiate a deal, how to collect earnest money, how to go through the inspection process, how to go through the appraisal, underwriting, title process, how to go through the closing process, post-close relationship marketing, check-in, feedback, review, referral, invite. These are all skills. They're all very learnable, but this is what you're going to go through. And that's just on the buyer side. You can see how the whole thing flips to a seller side too, when you're doing things from the seller agent side of things. So this is all the basic training simulations that you're going to go through before we just throw you out there to the wolves to wing it and flop and fail and hope you get it. Like, that's a recipe for disaster, and it discourages a lot of agents who aren't getting success, aren't getting results. I know you might be saying, like, I want to get out there, how do I do it? But if you haven't even been trained and coached and developed how to do it, we're just asking ourselves to get crushed when we get out there. So that's our basic training checklist for running the simulations, where you'll get role play mock experience doing these things before you just throw you out there to do it. But then as we throw you out there to do it, like, we coach, we train, we support with our morning huddles, afternoon huddles, that kind of thing. So let me get back to, where's that with this? So here's your schedule. So you're going to read, prep, prime, get ready for huddle and role play, 8 to 8:30. We do this on video call. Everybody gets together. Same thing with shadow prospecting. Watch whoever's turn it is share that day, or anybody you want to follow on the team. Same thing with agent work. You're going to kind of watch and learn a lot to start on everything. And then after that, you're going to be doing, your lunch, but then basic simulations. This we're going to go through and like mock do the thing that you're needing to do. It just be like any other role or career you in. You need to demonstrate and show you can do it before you just throw you into it and you just wing it. But same thing throughout the rest of the day, 3 to 4, prospecting and showings, huddle and review. So we have an afternoon huddle, again, with the team on a video call, review how the day went. We go over what was your wins for the day, what you struggle with, how'd you overcome it, where's your mindset at, and where's your next opportunity for growth. But these morning and afternoon huddles are key to your coaching and training. It's where you have my undivided attention, the whole group's undivided attention, and we have the powerhouse of our mastermind coming together to go over anything you're dealing with, and you're going to learn a lot from those conversations and what gets brought up in those situations, how to handle things, how things go. It's one of the most supportive environments for getting you off the ground and successful in real estate out there. And then, 436, more shadow calls and showings. If you look at this, it's a 9-hour schedule approximately, times 5 is 45 hours, plus any nighttime showings and weekend stuff. I'm just throwing 10 hours in there because you're not going to be doing it all the time. But I'm going to throw about 10 hours in there for nights and weekends that get you to 55 hours. So that's why I say anywhere from 45 to 55 hours is what we're looking at for a career that you can make 50 to 100 grand in your first year, and then more than that beyond that. So if you can commit to 45 to 55 hours a week or more if you want to, but at least that amount, this is the right team, this is the right environment, the right industry for you. On everything. But that gives you an idea of like what your schedule looks like. And there's a few other recruit FAQs. How do I get my license? 30-hour practice course, 30-hour principal course, pass state exam, pass background check, KREC fees. It's about $2,000 by the time you're all said and done. And then once you get your license, you affiliate with EXP and name me as your sponsor, sign the team agreement docs and all that. But I'm kind of getting ahead of myself a little bit. But that's how you get your license and go through the licensing process. What's it cost? About $2,000. But this is the biggest thing you need to account for is you need to save up about 3 months personal reserve, because we are full commission and you're starting a business and you need to make sure that you have personal reserves on the table so that your house payment's covered, your truck payment or car payment if you have one, you can eat, you're taken care of when you're starting this business. And then you need to commit a true 45 to 50 hours, 5 hours a week, not 30 hours or 25 of being there and saying you're working. It's 45 to 55 hours of true work, like effort putting into this day in and day out consistently on everything. So I think that's the biggest misconception about this industry is that it's just super flexible and easy and you can just, screw things off, but it's not. Like, it's a very demanding industry. You have to be there when your clients need you and they don't care what you have going on in your life. You have to be there for them to get their stuff done. But on that, how much can I make? 50K to 100K your first year if you follow everything and don't quit early. Apparently I can't spell. Commission split. This gives you an idea of how we run our commission split. It's on a tiered agent status, yearly or quarterly pace. Bronze is where everybody starts out at, and it's based on how much GCI you bring in, which if you're not familiar with real estate, that is the basically top line sales revenue you bring in. Let's say you sell a $100,000 house on a 3% commission. That's $3,000 gross commission income. So $3,000 off the top before EXP, the team, and anything gets split out. So we would split that. It'd go $1,500 to the team, $1,500 to you. And then from there, EXP would take out whatever your level split is with them. So like with us, we cap at 16,000 as a team. Or after that, we're 100%. The team cap splits are at 8,000. Once you paid 8,000 to EXP, then it's no fees from EXP from there. But we stay on a 50-50 split for any team provided leads always, because the team's got to make money off of this. I just want to make sure you're okay with the team making money, because we want to grow our units and our numbers, just like I'm sure you do too. But we have to have an understanding. We are doing this to make a profit and make an income. You're going to get 50% of whatever you close. We get 50%, but from there, we back our costs out of that, which are approximately 25%. So our profit margin is about 25%. So we're making about 25% when you're making 50%. to give you an idea of how this whole equation works out on everything. And I know a lot of people are like, oh, 50%, but I can get 70 or 80% at this brokerage over here. It's like, that's true, but 70 or 80% of nothing is still nothing. Whereas if we have company leads and the resources and the service and the coaching to get you making $10,000 and you get 50% of it, now you get $5,000 instead of 70 to 80% of 3,000 or 5,000. Do the math. You're going to make less on a 70 to 80% split at a different brokerage, because no offense, you just don't have the business or don't have enough business to generate a steady, consistent income to actually make it in real estate. This gives you a real way to make it in real estate, because I put a lot of money, time, energy into this system I've already built. I just need you in here working to get your experience going. But then as you progress and get going better at this, you get 60-40 on your SOI leads. So anybody you personally bring in from your sphere of influence, not from open houses, that's a company provided lead, company provided opportunity. Same thing with the team leads. But you also get a paperwork processor at this point, meaning like you'll have somebody that's doing all your paperwork for you, so that you can get out there and focus on helping the client and wheel and deal and put more deals together, do more strategy, consulting, negotiating, the important work, the $300 to $500 an hour work, not the $25 to $50 an admin work, $25 to $50 an hour admin work. We have a team for that. Gold level, you get more leads, 70-30 on SOI. You also start to get seller leads at this point, because that's a lot more advanced skill level. You need a more experienced agent, sophisticated agent for those. Also, you get the use of a showing partner. So you'll get a buyer, and you won't necessarily have to do all the showings. You have a showing partner that's going to help assist in that service of actually going and showing the house. Because the value of being an agent is not opening the door and showing the house. The value of an agent is market knowledge, strategy, negotiation, closing, all of those things that don't need to be done in person at the house. They can be done from a distance, over the phone or over a computer, and you don't need to actually be there in person. And if you understand how to relay this relationship with the client and you and them, they actually like it better than you trying to do everything. Platinum level, you get more leads, 80-20 SOI, and then also use of the admin team for a lot of your extracurriculars or past client campaigns or other things like that. But that gives you a pretty good idea of our team. What's next? If all of this you're still interested in, still makes sense, you'll have a 5 to 15 minute phone call with Ben or Ryan. If you're still committed, come attend one of our morning, afternoon huddles, attend the team meeting events. And then after we've done those things and you're like, yeah, I want to do this, and we feel like you're a good fit, we'll set an official start date for you to come on, get your license or switch your license if you already are listening, then sign the team agreement docs to go with everything. And then once that date hits, you kind of know what to expect, where it's coming from, what we're doing, and how you can really succeed here and have more of a chance to succeed here than anywhere else with this. But it comes down to our leads, our marketing, our sales processes, but most importantly, our training. That's really the biggest thing that I say. And I know you hear that from a lot of other brokerages and situations, but I hope you can see where we run you through simulations. We have morning and afternoon huddles. We have one-on-ones. We have team meetings. Like, we have probably the best structure for getting an agent developed. As long as they don't quit and they put in the effort and they show up, we have the best structure for getting an agent developed to be successful in any market. I don't care if the market's good or the market's bad, which the market at this time is starting to go to back to normal, because we're in a recession, depending on when you watch this. But that's where your skills, your discipline, your excellence, your leads, your opportunity, all of these things are going to matter more than ever. And I hope this has helped you really assess Team Home Hero and what we have to offer, whether you are looking to join as an agent on the team, or you're looking to maybe just join the network and learn how to do all these things we're doing too. We got 2 options for you there. Come join the team, be a team agent, or come join my network and I will coach you how to do all these things if you're wanting to start your own team or just be a single agent. So anyway, appreciate you watching as always. Hopefully this was helpful. Reach out to me or Ryan next for that phone call, and we'll get it set up and go from there. See you later.